How's it going, guys? Steven Marcellino here. You can find me on Instagram at MarcyWasted, as some of you guys may know me. Before I start my Q&A, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to my boys over at Free Saints Clothing, owned by Scott and Giuseppe. They're coming in with some hot styles and fresh designs that are going to change the whole streetwear game. So check them out. They're doing their thing out here in Manhattan, New York. Only love. So my first question here, what is your greatest fear? My greatest fear is not giving something a shot, because you don't know how something's going to work out unless you try it. You can't project failure. Failure just comes naturally from not trying and not going about your dreams and your aspirations. You have to get out there and you have to give it your 100. You have to give it your all. And that's the motto I live by. If you don't live by that motto, you're not going to be able to get too far in life. You just got to go out there, try it, give it your best. You'll be able to do it. Just keep your mind strong. Alright, question number 2. Who is your barber? Funny story, actually. I'm kind of happy I got asked this question because I have a pretty close relationship with my barber. I go to a shop in Briarcliff called Alex's Barber Shop, and that is where I got my first haircut when I was born as a baby with a full head of hair looking like Eddie Munster. So, me and my man Alex go very far back. He went from giving me my first buzz cut to my now pretty boy fade. So, I would like to give a quick shout out to Alex's Barber Shop for keeping it real and keeping me pretty. Who is your biggest fashion influencer? Question number 3. I must say my biggest fashion influencer is Jeff Staples, owner of Reed Space in Manhattan, consignment shop, which inspired Urban Outfitters to become the monster in the clothing industry that it is today. And Jeff has also inspired me personally to start working on my own clothing brand, which will be coming soon. What are your top 3 streetwear brands? I don't really have a specific top 3. I like to just wear a lot of different style clothing. I like to dress classy. I like to wear streetwear clothing. I like to mix it up a lot. But if I must say, I would probably say Supreme's pretty dope. I like Billionaire Boys Club, also known as BBC, and Crooks and Castle. Those are some 3 pretty wavy clothing companies that I used to fuck with when I was younger and still fuck with now. Question number 5. What is your view on drugs and alcohol within the pop culture industry? That question is honestly it's a really good question. Drugs and alcohol are a big issue in society today. And I think the image that rappers and certain, fashion artists and people within the pop culture industry, how they portray the use of drugs and alcohol is a little stupid to me, because just from personal experience with certain situations, I know drugs and alcohol is not a way of life. It's not a good way to live. It destroys families for sure. And all these rappers, they might have a ton of money. They might be able to get all these nice cars and all this with their success. But at the end of the day, they might not have a family to go back to that they're destroying, or a mother or a father that's up all night waiting for them to see when they're coming home because they're out partying all night. And it's not a good way to live. I definitely think that drugs and alcohol are no lifestyle for anybody. And I think that this generation should be the generation to help shy away from the use of drugs and alcohol on a larger media scale. Alright, question number 6. What's the best way to stay focused on whatever your project, job, or goal in life is with all the noise and distraction that society brings in today's day and age? That's a really good question, honestly. And I would say staying goal-oriented, day by day, week by week, month by month, hitting your goals and knowing what you want for yourself is a major key to success in doing anything you want in life, whether it's a job, whether it's a dream you're trying to follow, or just a simple hobby that you're trying to just get out there and have fun with. If you set up goals for yourself and you hit your goals mark by mark, those distractions will become a lot more quiet. Number 7, where do you see yourself in 10 years? In 10 years, honestly, that's a very hard prediction to make on myself. My hope for myself in 10 years is I'm the owner of a clothing brand. I'm a mogul of the pop culture industry. And I'm living life, to the fullest with my family and my friends around me. Right now, I have a solid team of buddies that I grew up with and went to high school with out here in Westchester County. I have a good friend out in California as well that I'm working with, and I hope to just one day bring everybody together and we could all kind of be on top and we could be doing our thing and helping out people while we're enjoying our success. This one's pretty funny. At what age did you start hustling? Actually, back in the day when I was a freshman in high school, I bought my first pair of Concord 11s. And those shoes inspired me to start my own sneaker market on Facebook called Marcy's Market. And right there, that day was when I found out I wanted to be an entrepreneur and I wanted to make an impact on this society. Alright, next question here. I was asked, which brand do I fuck with more, Nike or Adidas? Honestly, that's a hard question for me to answer because I really fuck with both equally. But right now, what Virgil Abloh is doing with Nike and the whole Off-White collaboration, he's putting Nike into a whole nother level of the game. So I have to say right now, because of these collabs that Virgil is putting out with the Nike company, Nike is going to have to take the trophy on this question. And also, I want to give a quick shout out to I Love Trip, one of the waviest promoters in New York City. Check him out on the gram, ilove.trip. Alright, last question here. I was asked by a subscriber on my YouTube channel, what motivates me for success? I must say my motivation for success is to relay a positive message to my generation and to try and get people to follow their dreams and push boundaries, push the limits of society, not follow a 9-to-5 job, not follow, you need to take this class in college, you need to take that class in college because your parents tell you to do that, because your schooling system tells you to do that. I want people to get out there and I want people to try and do things differently. If you like drawing, go out there and be an artist. If you like making music, sit around with some friends, freestyle, write music, write beats, and figure it out. Everyone has a calling for themselves. Not everyone has to be a drone sitting behind a cubicle their entire life, working for someone else, making someone else's pocket fat. That's not the meaning of life. You don't want to die going out just being a whole, basically like a robot. You don't want to be a robot. You want to be able to live. You want to be able to see the world, smell different air from different places. Even if the air might smell bad, go smell it. Go jump into that ocean. Go dive out of that plane. Go do big things for yourself and hopefully motivate somebody else in a younger generation than you, or even in your generation, to follow their dreams and to just get out there and do big things. Again, thank you for watching my video. Subscribe, like, comment, follow me on Instagram, do what you have to do to try and reach me. I'm open to talk to people. If you want a little bit of inspiration or motivation, hit me on my DM. I'm more than happy to share some of my wisdom with you guys. And real quick again, Free Saints, I Love Trip, and also my boy Devin, Day One Homie, and one of my other inspirators to do all this kind of work.